look straight to you, mister? So, I have these original center caps. One is a little bit bent, and we're going to have to run it for now. But they also seem to be a little bit on the rare side, and I can't find more. There are other Keystone center caps out there, guys, but not embossed like this, and these are the ones for these wheels. So I will keep my eyes open for when another set comes, but we're going to throw this on the car right away, so I'll finish tightening this down, and then we'll be good to roll. Alright guys, let's throw this on here, guys and girls. But these nuts are called shank nuts. Most people, I think, from my generation don't know what a shank nut is. We're used to our acorn nuts. But that's what holds these on. These are slotted, and so you can run them on. These will also fit a Ford Mustang, like a 65 Mustang, and I think a Pinto. Obviously Corollas, because they'll show a bolt pattern, but they're going to fit the Celica today. Let's get them on there. And I love how light these wheels are, guys. There's no weight to these things. I think the tires have all the weight. So if you want to come zoom in here on the wheels, you can see how they're slotted. And I think it allows for it to either sit on the inside all the way around or the outside all the way around. And that's what centers it when you have the shank nuts going in there. So I'm finding having them tightened from the bottom, rotating, seems to be the only way I can get these on there. And me and my dad had this discussion. He likes these center caps more than I do. Very, very much used to it from his generation.
It's called old school.
Yeah. And I'm putting them on there because I need to be there. So when they're painted up, that helps a lot too. Hey, do you want to tell us about your project in a couple words?
Hi. You got
Hey.
some
Oh, beverages, nice.
beverages. Yeah. We're up to pretty much hopefully getting the paint laid on next week. We've got the bodywork done except for the one fender that's left, and a little bit of hood work, and see what the paint looks like when it's on there. And the doors are done.
It's just two old guys having fun.
That's all we are. So,
It's that simple, guys.
so the schedule is get up in the morning, drink coffee, work on the car.
Talk about yesterday a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe about tomorrow.
You used to have some old music. The stereo got too dusty. Dad,
Stereo got old.
That's my
Just the word
situation
stereo.
at my shop too.
Yeah.
It doesn't work anymore, it's too dusty.
so it's laying in the back of the red truck. So
Nice.
it died.
Oh, it is gone already.
And you know, I just keep looking at the back half of this car and everything tying together. It has a very good stance to it. I like it.
Well, right now it's on jacks kind of, but yeah, we're coming along. The truth will be told when it's sitting on the ground. Pretty happy with the way it's all tying together, coming together.
Mm-hmm. You start at the beginning of the month, and we're almost at the end doing body work, right?
Right.
Sweet. I wish I had a retirement schedule like that. I guess it'll come someday. That's
All you
awesome.
got to do is eat and breathe and sleep a few times, and
Yeah,
there you go.
and build hot rods in between.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, we're still making lines. I'm making dual crown lines here.
What's the tape for?
You'll see here that there's a crease in here, and I gotta make sure that crease doesn't go away. And I take the natural crease here because this is all fresh steel, all fresh build. You gotta reshape everything here.
I'm pretty sure I've seen the big shops glaze a whole car, hey?
Oh yeah, no, yeah, that's what it looks like. When that,
Is that the only way you get certain things straight and at about 100 years old, hey?
oh yeah, even Henry Ford didn't have it straight. No, that's just what we do. Now we just did the same thing here, and I'm just gonna rework this top here because we had to build the same thing on this side. That's what we're doing today.
Are you going with hood sides?
Nope.
Okay.
Did it look too much like a tractor?
You made his day when you said that, hey?
It is hot rod. It'll stay hot rod. Yeah.
And we'll have to show you guys the color. I don't know how much you're gonna see in here. What do you call that color?
Escape green.
Escape green?
Escape green.
Estate green. Does Brian have a name for it yet?
We just call it vintage.
So the door's got to be detailed, but it's very freshly shot, hey?
Yeah, it's got enough dust in there. I like it. But yeah, there it is.
So if I step backwards, is that a good thing?
One step too far, no.
I can't wait to see this hit the sunlight. And check it out, guys. This is being chopped, and you can't see it.
1.5, 2 inch.
Here's a cool view.
Yeah, I'm going to work on the roof now. That just has to be wet sanded yet.
All right, guys, girls, working on the last hard line for the car. This is the one that goes from the fuel tank, charcoal canister, evap line into the intake manifold. And it's not the most fun bending the bigger tubing. My tubing bender won't do it. But when I get to this point, that starts to feel good because I know I'm almost there. As much fun as it's not making these. I really like making brake lines. The fuel lines is kinks so easy, it's not as much fun to work with. That's a good feeling. So in no time we'll be able to put it up into that car. All right, guys and girls, it's time to bring something else in this shop. We still don't have an engine for this car. It's been at that shop where I have it for about a year now. So I'm kind of actually waiting on that thing. But I have something else I've been wanting to get done, and this one's to the point where I can set it aside for now. And that something else is probably going to be coming up for sale once I'm done with it. So I'm giving myself 2 months on it. You'll see in a bit once we get this car rolled. It's on dollies. Let's let it roll. Well, guys and girls, I do not often get to see this thing from a distance in actual perspective, but she sure is pretty. I'll let you guys have a look before we roll the next project in there. I think we'll play with the stance in the rear a little bit yet. I did not roll the rear arches, so we can only go so low on the back end, because if you check out the flush here, it is flush. So I didn't realize the tires would actually get so fat in the back here. So we might have to bring the front up a little bit away from the stance that I really like. But you know, it could go up a little bit with these fatter tires. And then if we maybe take 1/4 inch out the back, fingers crossed, nothing rubs there.